Or thank you, Eva Carducci from Italy in the middle of Rome Film Festival. So sorry for the
Oh,
Wow. No,
awesome.
thank you for taking the time.
My parents are in Rome right now.
thank you so much for the time because I really love your work, your performance. And the first question that I wanted to ask you, to both of you, what is the tiny difference between the way they love each other and they need each other to survive? How did you work on this, balance of the relationship between your two characters?
That's a great question. I really, that's like the whole show is like how much they need each other and how much they love each other and how scared they are of losing each other. And I think in the finale, it really explores that you do need a certain thing. And I won't like spoil it, but there's that tire scene in the finale where there is a gift that you kind of need in your life, whether it be from your sister or your parent or whoever, that is this unconditional love. And I don't think they need to be in the same physical place for the rest of their life. But there's something about offering this piece of unconditional love that is really vital. And I think that's what the show ends up saying about the difference between need and love and care and all that stuff.
Lily, I don't know if you want to add something more.
I'm like, I don't know if I need to add anything. I mean, also, I mean, I've said the show is about two codependent siblings, and it's a really good point that you make. Like, I think, also as someone who's in a long distance relationship currently, I think love, maybe sometimes we grow up with the idea, and how could you not when you're in the same household with your entire family, and then one day you just aren't.
Mm.
And that is such a weird thing to just adjust your life to, that I feel like you're not really prepared for it. You just are sent off into the world. But I think having that, I guess, trust that your family is your family and they're like a text message or a call away, and that relationship can still be fully sustained without being at one another's hip. Even though that is a lovely thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm nostalgic for the time when, I woke up in a house with my whole family. But that's what makes the holidays so special, I guess.
Shout out holidays.
And another aspect that I love, it's the fact that I think all the characters they have the fear of changes, which is something that
Yes.
all of us can relate to. Watching that, I relate so much to that aspect, that you are afraid of change things like they are right now. Maybe
Yeah.
they turning good, maybe worse. So it depends on yourself and what you believe. But what do you want people to get from the show, from this aspect in particular?
Just that fear versus love, like you said it's that's the biggest takeaway is I think it's they're different. What are they afraid of? I think they're afraid of change. I think they're afraid of the feelings of it all. I think that for at least Hal, I think he's afraid to feel this enormous pain that he sees as, I think, darkness or whatever he sees it as. I think he Harper has been chipping away at it her whole life and holding all of these feelings her whole life, and Hal is so afraid uh to sit by that fire, and he thinks like he'll have to like fall into the fire of the feelings, but I that doesn't make any sense. But
It does.
but the yeah, I think the fear versus love is is the big takeaway. It's like you have to not be afraid in order to get all the love that life has to offer.
I also think ultimately change is growth.
Yeah.
You absolutely can't grow in your life unless you're changing. And so that's ultimately scary and intimidating, and especially for the relationship dynamics in the show, especially the romantic ones, and the idea of staying in a relationship that you've outgrown, but afraid of the actual like physical life changes that have to happen in order to accommodate that growth is universally scary. But ultimately, that's how you live and how you need to carry on, and also respect your own growth and your soul's expansion. You have to be able to shift, but it's hard.
It's really hard, but it really, you know, watching that, I felt that I grew up just watching the show. What Yeah, you know, because you think about your life, but portray those roles. What have you learned about yourself that you didn't know before, and was, you know, a journey also from this point of view?
Thank you.
I mean,
No, no,
I know.
yeah. If you
Oh,
learn
go ahead.
things about yourself, yeah.
I mean, I think honestly, off the top of my head, like what I took away as an actor is, I mean, I'm very thankful that a lot of the work was done for me on the page, in terms of the dialogue. You rely on dialogue to tell your character's story, and the way that Cooper writes was just, I mean, it's so beautiful and it's so human that I had a lot of fear of being able to hit these certain emotional markers, but with the cast that was surrounding me and with the writing I was given, it was incredibly easy. And I think the show maybe didn't intentionally plan on being as emotional
Yeah.
as it turned out to be, but sort of when you're doing these very human scenes, you just suddenly have tears running down your face. And that's just the reality of having really good writing. So
Yeah, it wasn't scripted to cry that much.
no, it just
Yeah.
happened.
Yeah.
And I mean, I learned, I guess I'm like, sometimes it can be daunting to do something that feels really emotional, but I guess as an actor, I kind of learned to like trust my environment and the actors around me to help me with my performance, and obviously to trust Cooper. So that's why I'm trying to work with him again. I keep telling you.
What was the question?
I forget
What
right
do you
now.
learn about yourself?
Oh,
Right.
learn about
I didn't
yourself.
really answer.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that I can act
No,
when
you
given
did.
a good script.
Which is
I
important.
I learned everything about myself. I learned that I cannot direct and act anymore at the same time. I'm too
It's
old.
hard,
Yeah.
but you've done an incredible job. So
Thank
I have
you.
to wrap, but thank you so much for your time.